Good evening, guys. It is August 3rd, 2020. In this video here, I want to talk about a couple things that really have gotten on my nerves. um, First of all, I'm gonna say that um, I'm not trying to, be judgmental or anything, but this is just something that really is driving me crazy. Um, and that is everything on the news right now is absolutely ridiculous. Now, are there some things that are truly an issue? Yes, there are some things that are truly an issue. But I guarantee you that there is probably a good majority of that stuff that is false information that is not entirely true, or they're just blowing stuff way out of proportion to make it seem worse. I don't know. But regardless, I saw a news article or whatever that said grocery prices are soaring and skyrocketing and blah blah blah. Okay, meat prices are going way up. I will say that. That is a true fact. Meat prices are going up. Meat prices. But food in general, your bread, your eggs, your milk, your canned items, all of that stuff has not gone up really at all. And if it has, it's only a few cents. That is not a significant increase in any way, shape, or form. It just isn't. So just be careful what you read out there. Um, you know, this is something that I want to tell people because you need to stock up whenever you can. I mean, this is, you know, stock up on enough for your family. And I'm not saying just go out and, blow a bunch of money and stock up on a ton of items. But I mean, get a few cans here and there, one thing extra, get, a little extra rice, a little extra flour, a little extra sugar. Just, small amounts, little bits, and kind of build up your stock. Each and every time you go shopping. I mean, grocery shopping. So, this is just something I want people to be aware of. Now, I am telling you this because we saw all the panic buying going on at the beginning of this pandemic. Okay? That was crazy. Absolutely crazy. So, do I think people should panic buy? Absolutely not. People have lost their minds. A long time ago, people, before there were grocery stores, people had, harvests that they did. They harvested wheat, they harvested, items and stuff, they made stuff. I'm really having a hard time understanding why people are not really learning how to do things. Americans have gotten flat out lazy, and I'm not talking about disabled. I'm not talking about people who, don't have the knowledge or anything. But, if you don't have knowledge or whatever, go look it up, go learn how to do it, go figure stuff out. But, I heard people complaining, oh, I can't, get bread at the store and everything. There was plenty of flour, sugar, yeast, stuff like that. Nobody was buying that. Almost nobody was buying a lot of that stuff. Those are ingredients for bread right there. People, there was a time before these modern days where people had to make bread. They couldn't buy a loaf of bread off the shelf, from a grocery store. You know? Now, bread is cheap enough that I don't think that it's necessarily worth the extra time and energy in making your own bread. If you're looking to save money, I mean, comparing time and stuff. Now, if you're like really desperate and you can't afford something like that and you have flour and sugar, then yeah, of course. But people need to learn how to do these basic things. Oh, whew, my nose. So really just think about things like people were even saying like, well, I can't, get meat. I can't get this. I can't get that. I can't. People, when there is a shortage or an issue with stuff, you're gonna have to sacrifice and you're gonna have to improvise and make do with what you have. If you have rice and beans, eat rice and beans. If you have, lunch meat, eat lunch meat. If you have, chicken, eat chicken. If you have beef, eat beef. Whatever you have, if there is a shortage on something or a lockdown where you can't get to the grocery store, make do with what you have. And this is why it is important to stock up. For me growing up, my mom never, ever, ever had an empty pantry or an empty fridge or freezer. Never. I can't recall one single time where I saw an empty shelf in a cupboard. There were always canned soups or canned beans or canned vegetables or something in that cupboard at all times, and she would just stock up, she would rotate it, and she still does to this day. I'm not saying that, you have to live on that stuff all the time, but in a crisis situation, you're really gonna have to make things work, Just, and to me, like, the lack of knowledge on how to make bread is kind of unbelievable to me because I have known how bread is made and how to make bread for years and years and years and years. Maybe my generation's just so young and hasn't been exposed to that stuff. But, I mean, I learned how to make bread. I learned about grinding wheat. I learned about gardening and growing food. I learned about canning. I learned about stocking up. I learned about buying what's on sale and not paying full price. I learned about buying store brand instead of name brand. I I learned a lot of stuff growing up, and I don't regret one bit of it. Because you know what that did? Okay, just I'm just gonna go back. I was homeschooled for most of my life. And really, like, people, like, put down homeschoolers and stuff. I am sorry, but if you are hating on homeschoolers because they homeschool and, they just don't have social life and stuff, I am sorry. You are so wrong about that. You are wrong on that. I have had a lot of interactions with so many people. I've had opportunities to serve people. I've had opportunities to help people. I've had opportunities to learn how to calculate pricing at the grocery store. I had opportunities of schooling with, figuring out pricing. I mean, guys, I was learning how to do stuff. I was learning how to cook in the kitchen, make bread, can, certain things, cook stuff, prepare meals, stock up, put things away, properly preserving food. I was learning all that stuff growing up, and that was also part of school. People don't realize that. They think, oh, it's just textbook. You gotta just read, write, and learn math and, whatever else. Those things are important, but if you don't know how to take care of a home, how to clean your home, how to maintain your home, how to grocery shop, how to make food, how to make your own meals, how to um, save money and, you know, spend it efficiently, and how to prepare and how to do laundry and how to wash dishes and stuff, then I'm sorry, that is a huge thing that you have totally lost. Because what happens if somebody, doesn't teach their kids how to do that stuff? They go off on their own and then they have no idea how to do the laundry, they have no idea how to do the dishes, they don't know how to cook. How in the world do you expect somebody to live life like that? And have to figure it out at the last minute when they're out on their own and try and figure out how to do things and what to do. I I don't get it, people. This is We have lost our minds in our society today. We really have. Um, you know, do I think that, kids should be doing, you know, all the work? No, I don't think so, but I do think that they should be learning how to be responsible and how to work. It's unbelievable how many people can't even keep a job because they don't even know proper manners and proper, you know, responsibility and, being accountable for stuff. It is just unbelievable. If you are parents out there, you have got to realize that you are setting up your kids to be amazing young men and women. And if you are not holding them accountable and teaching them how to take care of things and how to do things in life. It doesn't have to be hardcore like you do it, but start introducing them to some things. Start, showing them, like, you see this, this is cheaper than that, or this. Start doing little things. Start teaching them how to do laundry. Start teaching them how to do dishes. And start when they are little. Because, once they get older, they're probably not going to have very much interest. Little kids and toddlers, they are so interested in helping because they think that they're doing a big boy thing or a big girl thing. They love that. So go ahead and teach them at that time, let them learn and stuff. You know, People, we have lost so many basic things in our society that it is just sad. It really, really, really is. And I will tell you that, you know, I I don't think that, a kid just, playing around and doing nothing is okay. All the time. They can play around and do whatever. I mean, they're kids, I get that. But they're not just kids. These kids are going to grow into adults that are going to be part of a society. And if you want them to be productive and successful in society, you have to set them up for that at an early age, and you have to start holding them accountable and really showing them how to live life. Okay? I'm not trying to be harsh or mean at all. That is not my intent. But this is just something that I think people need to be aware of. It's really important. So, yeah, cause really, my mom, she never let me just, do whatever just because I was a kid. She she expected me to do chores. She expected me to take care of stuff that I was responsible for. She expected me, not once do I ever remember my parents, saying, "Oh, well, he's just a kid," you know. No, I never heard that. And I'm not saying that, you can't let kids just, have fun and do their thing. That's not what I'm saying at all. They can totally do that, but you need to set them up in, you know, take chunks of time to set them up for success in the future. College education does not equal success. Period. It doesn't. I don't care what people say. I don't care what news says. I don't care what society says. College does not, I repeat, does not equal success. It does not. If your child cannot have proper manners and respect people and be responsible for their time and themselves, then it doesn't matter if they go to college or not. Their life is going to be miserable. So, you need to just help them as they're growing up to really realize how to live life. Teach them about finances. Teach them about, you know, life. Teach them, you know, just all that stuff. It is so important. So anyway, please like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos.